Hello, you're watching Solar Impulse TV, and we are nearly at the end of the sixth leg of this groundbreaking round-the-world flight attempt with the world's first solar-powered airplane capable of flying day and night. And I decided to start the show with the man who is at the heart of it all, Monsieur Raymond Clerc, our mission director, the big boss here who decides whether the plane can take off and when it can land. He's got his microphone, he's listening to me, and at the same time he's listening to what's happening within Mission Control with these massive DJ-style headphones that he's got for him and the team. He looks extremely cool. And Raymond, it's been a pretty great flight so far. I know it was a bit sporty for Bertrand in the beginning, but we spoke to him earlier. He's in really good form.
Yeah. I didn't heard all what you said, but I just heard that we are cleared for approach. So expect landing in 20 to 25 minutes. So now, what was the question?
Well, you answered anyway. You gave us the information that we need, Raymond. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
So in terms of how difficult the flight was, we had been expecting a bit of difficulty. But when we spoke to Bertrand, he seemed like he was having a fine old time.
Yeah, I think he said even that it was more difficult for us here in Monaco than for him. But don't forget, he's flying since 16 hours and 39 minutes or 40 minutes. So it will be a 17 hours flight, which is pretty long for a normal pilot. But he performed very well. Was a very good flight, and we could train a lot of different things regarding the long flights over the oceans. We were very happy.
Yes, because they aren't normal pilots. The idea of doing a 5-day or a 4-day flight over an ocean is a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
Never been done before. You're a very experienced pilot, Raymond. Would you fancy doing something like that?
No. My longest flight is 14 hours. It was long enough.
And you weren't on your own?
Sorry?
And you weren't on your own?
Yes.
Okay, so all good so far. In terms of the descent, I believe that's starting pretty soon.
Yes, so he's coming to cross the runway overhead and make a left-hand base turn for runway 25.
Okay.
Landing, and then a backtrack, and then to the tent.
Right, and everyone will be there waiting for him at last. We were supposed to stay a few hours in Chongqing, a little longer than that, almost 3 weeks.
Was 3 weeks instead of 6 or 10 hours. But this is not the fault of Omega timing. It's just the fault of the weather.
And it was very difficult. We had 3 potential weather windows. We did everything we could to get going during the first 2. I know that you and your team have worked extremely hard. That's why Bertrand made this comment about this being more difficult for you. I still think it's probably slightly more difficult to pilot the airplane than be in the MCC, however.
I'm sure. Yes. Yeah. Here we have it easy. Really, it's tough, but it was tough for the 3 weeks. But the flight for us here was easy.
Okay, well, Raymond, thank you very much. I know you have to get back now.
Okay.
Raymond Clerc, preparing for the descent, our mission director here in the Monaco Mission Control Center. Everything going smoothly so far. We haven't had any problems. Bertrand Piccard has been enjoying himself. He's been in an extremely relaxed mood since he took off, but concentrated as ever. He's even managed to get in some testing for these future flights that we mentioned, the flights across the Pacific, the first leg lasting 5 days and 5 nights. Imagine that, non-stop, one pilot in a tiny cockpit which is less than 4 cubic meters, and he can't really go to sleep. He can rest for maximum 20-minute periods, but as soon as there's any kind of turbulence, he has to wake up, and it's going to be extremely testing at a human level and a technical level, and of course, for an operational level for all the team here at the Mission Control Center, whose job is, to put it bluntly, keep him alive and keep the plane in the air. But back to today's flight. We took off from Chongqing at just after 2200 Zulu hours last night for us. Let's go back to those images from Chongqing International Airport.
After 15 Zulu, we may expect 5 to 7 knots crosswind, 60 degrees crosswind. So that's not really favorable after 15 Zulu. But
immediately, we do not position the catching crew.
But I would like to have a special thought for André, because actually it was André who should have made these flights. And André had to go back to Switzerland for health problems. So all my wishes to him. I know he will follow the flight very carefully from Switzerland on Solar Impulse television, but I will have emotions for him during these flights because he will be at the controls psychologically.
Now you're looking here, this is a live picture of Bertrand Piccard in Solar Impulse 2, and as you can clearly see, the door has been removed.
Nous, on est juste en train, on pense qu'on a une mauvaise réception GPS sur ces appareils, donc on est juste en train de vérifier avec lui les autres GPS.
The information that Bertrand was seeing was not necessarily the same as the information that you were seeing in Monaco, is that right?
We had to reboot the telemetry computer and we had to reboot the EMA 1 and 2 just to make sure that the system is working properly. That's why we actually had to investigate, and that took time.
So I am cleared from the tower.
Okay, Bertrand, readiness is done. You can proceed.
Wow, great. Finally in the air again.
A reminder of what happened when we took off from Chongqing International Airport, and now we are hovering above Nanjing, and we expect to be within the estimated time of arrival. I've got a new toy. Look, I've got an iPad, and I'm looking at all the action on social media on YouTube. Got Vincent Colgrave, who's here as well from the web team. Hello.
Hello, Connor.
And I dragged you out from your little desk there at the front there, and we thought we'd play with YouTube for a bit because you're sending us comments right now. We've got one from India, I'm guessing, because his name is Ragavesh. Who will fly over the Pacific Ocean? Well, that's a good question. The answer is André Borschberg will take us to Hawaii, and then Bertrand Piccard, who's flying now, will go from Hawaii to Phoenix. And here's one I think is much more pertinent, Vincent. Have a try at Nanjing food, duck blood and vermicelli soup. Have you ever had that?
No.
But you've been to China, you never had duck blood soup?
No.
Too much McDonald's for you. What else have we got? Mignon Bertrand avec son bandana. Yes, someone saying they like Bertrand and the bandana he's wearing. Yeah, he looks a bit hardcore, looks a bit badass with that on, doesn't he? And then someone saying, we're all spiritually with André. Yes, André, who went back to Switzerland for health reasons, and he is now much recovered, and he will be back in a few days' time in China. He won't be coming here to Monaco. He'll go straight from Switzerland to China to follow all the action there. And we'll keep them coming, because I'll be checking in with this throughout today's show. And any comments, any suggestions are welcome. It doesn't matter how rude they are, because no one on screens can see it. But I'm sure they'll all be very polite, as they usually are, aren't they, Vincent?
Yes, extremely active, asking a lot of questions, and we're a small team. It's most of the time hard to answer to all the questions we have, so we have to pick one and say, okay, hopefully we'll give the good answer and get more and more coming.
You're pretty good, though. You seem to answer quite a lot of the questions anyway. If I can answer any, I will, if Vincent's tied up sitting there in the MCC. Well, look, Vincent, let us both take a look now at some of the activity, not just on YouTube, but across all of the social media channels, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, etc., Weibo. We haven't talked much about Weibo, but we'll see what we've got. Anyway, here's a bit of a roundup of the activity on the social media channels recently. loads going on the social networks. Now we can see the plane just behind me. These are the first images we have live of Solar Impulse above Nanjing. There she is, looking beautiful as ever. As is Vincent Colgrave, who's sitting opposite me still. Although he's desperate to get back. I'm going to keep you for a few more minutes, Vincent. Look, we've got more messages coming in all the time. I like this one. Someone who thinks that he can see on the website. Now, maybe you've done something that I don't know about. It looks like the plane's doing a 360-degree spin.
Exactly. Bertrand was bored, so we tried to have some fun and change the code. And he's even more doing loopings.
Okay, he's doing loop-the-loops according to... No, he's not, is he? No, he's not doing a 360-degree spin, but occasionally he changes direction. Obviously, if he's in a holding pattern, it looks like he's just going round and round and round. Is that a good answer?
Perfect.
Okay, thank you. See, I answer questions now as well. Well, we're going to wait for the plane. Oh, there she is. See, she's coming, she's going. First images we're getting from Nanjing International Airport. But just before you go, Vincent, we want to talk about Future is Clean because this is a subject close to all of our hearts. It's one of the main reasons we're doing this, after all. And we spoke a little earlier during the takeoff show about the number of people who are joining up. 50 organizations have supported. Many people are signing up as well, private individuals. You've got a new person for us, so you want to tell us about?
Exactly, we have a new patron as of today, Yann Arthus Bertrand, the famous photographer. He's now backing Future is Clean, so we're quite proud of it. And we have also the news that the foundation from Nicolas Hulot is also supporting it. So it's basically French patron personalities, but it's quite important if we have a look at COP21 that will be organized in France. So it's quite interesting for us.
Yeah, Nicolas Hulot, for anyone who's French, will know a hugely important personality and environmental campaigner. So that's a really good coup for Future is Clean. And we're talking a lot about what's happening at the end of the year, so-called COP21, the United Nations Framework Conference on Climate Change, which is taking place in Paris. French connection yet again in December. And there have been lots of discussions with the French government about this. And I know you went to Paris with Bertrand. Tell us what happened.
We went to the Maison de l'UNESCO in Paris, and the goal was for Bertrand to present his vision, his idea to bring millions of voices to Paris in December. And this is when we really talked about Future is Clean. And this is where we made a lot of contacts. And the goal now is to really, we have a few months to put that into action and to make sure that we'll bring those voices in December in Paris.
Okay, and as part of that, we had the Secretary General of the French Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Development, Christian Massé, coming representing the French government. And Bertrand Piccard spoke to him from the plane earlier today.
À Paris, donc je parlerai à M. Fabius de tout ce que j'ai vu ici et effectivement de la façon dont nous pouvons collaborer parce que ce que vous faites, c'est le plus merveilleux message pour que la Terre entière et que l'humanité prenne conscience des enjeux et des opportunités aussi de la lutte contre le dérèglement climatique.
Oui, et puis prennent conscience des solutions et de l'aventure extraordinaire que ça consiste de modifier certaines sources d'énergie, de donner plus d'efficience énergétique, tout ce qu'on peut faire au niveau création d'emplois là autour. Et c'est vrai que c'est un sujet qui me tient très à cœur et si nous pouvions collaborer et si M. Fabius acceptait de venir aussi dans l'action le futur est propre, Future is Clean. Je rêverais d'amener des millions de voix en faveur des énergies propres et des technologies propres à COP21 avec M. Fabius.
Absolument, je vais lui en parler donc pour que vous soyez totalement dans l'agenda des solutions qui est un des 4 sujets que va porter M. Fabius à Paris en décembre.
Mais c'est magnifique, c'est formidable. C'est un vrai appel à la récolte de voix, la récolte de soutien pour soutenir les actions concrètes en faveur des technologies propres, ça aurait beaucoup d'impact. Ce serait extraordinaire si on pouvait faire ça ensemble.
Très bien, écoutez, je vais me mettre en rapport avec lui. En tout cas, bravo, parce que nous sommes vraiment tous très impressionnés de voir ce que vous faites. C'est vraiment un exploit fantastique. Et vraiment aussi, nous voyons qu'ici, il y a des équipes complètement dédiées dans cet endroit, vraiment qui reflètent précisément vraiment ce que le 21e siècle peut apporter de meilleur.
That was Christian Massé, the Secretary General of the French Ministry of Foreign Affairs and International Development, representing Laurent Fabius from the French government, and promising that he will do everything he can to ensure there's a strong collaboration between Laurent Fabius, who is overseeing COP21, which is the United Nations Framework Conference on Climate Change, taking place in December in Paris. And whilst we were watching that, still loads more comments coming on YouTube. I like the people who just shout out where they're coming from. Just Palo Alto or Moudon, Buchigny-Près-Lausanne. Give us more than that, guys. Let's start something else going. I'm reading these comments live. So look, where was that camera again? Do that again. That was good. See? It's real. I'm doing it right now live. So if you come up with something interesting, come up with a question, I'll do my best to answer it during the show. Before the plane lands, of course, there it is right behind me. Solar Impulse 2, Bertrand Piccard, who is piloting. It was supposed to be André Borschberg taking care of this flight, but as you may have heard on Solar Impulse or on the external media, in press, radio, TV, André Borschberg became slightly ill and had to go back home for treatment. He is recovering. He's doing very well. He's probably watching this. So André, if you are watching, give us a wave. And he will be back in China in a few days' time, because once we land in Nanjing, we have a full program of activities that both the pilots will be attending. Well, let's stick with Bertrand just for a moment there. I think there is some communication going on between him and the Mission Control Center, who we can also see.
Okay, I suggest you start 360 to the left now.
Okay. 360 to the left.
Maintenant, il fait un 360 à droite ou à gauche?
And Bertrand, you can ask for further descent.
I have to report up 900 meters, but I'm clear to go lower.
Okay, yes, I think we are clear for approach. We are clear on the altitude.
Hotel almost terrain, Bravo, runway 25 side, I do an orbit on west.
Ah, super, merci. Là, je suis...
Unit 46 question, unit 1019. Thank you, and Bravo terrain,
Bravo, India, Sierra, Sierra, India, Bravo, report turning final.
We'll report turning final, Hotel Bravo, terrain, Bravo.
This is Solar Impulse TV. You're watching live images of Bertrand Piccard on the approach to
You
Nanjing
can keep the
International
present
Airport.
heading for a while.
Everything going smoothly so far. The estimated time of arrival is 20 past 11 p.m. in Nanjing. And at the moment we're on schedule to arrive.
I have to get 100 feet.
You will have to be at 640 feet at 2 nautical miles.
Yep. 149. Okay, I put all the recorders. And then again. Hotel Bravo, Sierra India Bravo, confirm losing altitude and going down, but no airplane, very small airplane. Perfect.
Bertrand, can you increase to 30 or even 31?
Okay.
Because it makes a big difference in rate of descent.
It makes so much vibration in the structure because of the landing gear. That's why I'm always a little reluctant to go over 30. But the landing gear is out. It vibrates very, very much.
Okay, Bertrand, you can now turn left on downwind, heading 070.
The left on downwind 070.
You're watching live pictures of Solar Impulse on the descent to Nanjing International Airport. Still circling just above at around about 2,000 feet. If you're watching this via the website, then you can find out exactly what's happening because we have all the telemetry that the pilot can see on the website, whether it's the altitude, whether it's the speed, the bank angle, the power and the batteries. It's all there on solarimpulse.com. And for those of you watching via YouTube, thank you, Felix van Oost, for saying these images are fantastic quality. They're not bad, are they? Obviously, I'm just reading out the positive ones. No, actually, they're all positive. People watching from all over the world.
Runway right on my left.
We have Texas, we have Belgium. Lisa from the Solvay office in Houston, hello. A lot of Swiss, as you'd imagine. This is, after all, a project born in Switzerland. Many Swiss people, for some reason, reminding everyone that there are 4 national languages, one of which is Romansh. Bundi to all you Romansh speakers.
To watch from time to time to your sights limit.
Yep.
The welcoming committee in Nanjing is quite extensive. No surprise, really. We have the whole Solar Impulse team who've been waiting, many of them for quite some time, in Nanjing, and others who came from Chongqing earlier today. And all of the welcoming committee from Nanjing who've been waiting and waiting and waiting so they can finally show off this airplane to the people in the Nanjing region. If you are in Nanjing, there's going to be a whole host of activities taking place, and you will get an update on solarimpulse.com to get the chance to see the plane in person.
Okay.
Hi to Anthony in Taipei, Steve in Yosemite, Christine in France,
Speed to, let's say, 27, 26.
and all the other thousands of people currently watching.
Once I have the air brake.
Thank you for your interest.
Sorry, disregard.
Quoi?
Bertrand Piccard currently at under
J'ai pas entendu, Boris.
1,500 feet, everything going smoothly so far.
Next time I ask Niels to put all these obstacles down before Bertrand, to keep the profile, you can put some more power. So to reduce the rate of descent, but keep 30 knots.
Yes?
This is due to some obstacles in front. I will tell you when we can continue the descent. If you stay horizontal here, it's good.
Okay.
You're seeing live pictures of Nanjing International Airport. This tent will be the home of Solar Impulse until we take off for the Pacific crossing in early May. You just heard the instructions from the pilot communication here in Monaco. Bertrand slightly increasing his speed.
No. Don't see it.
Okay, so keep the altitude, please, for a while.
veux pas que je tourne lentement to the left now? 1000 feet.
No, will be too high. So just keep the 1,000 feet or more, and I will call you for the left turn and continue descent.
Okay. Okay.
Bertrand Piccard is now just over 1,000 feet
Now Bertrand, you
above
can turn
the
left heading 340
runway.
and continue the descent. Okay, Bertrand, you can reduce again the power to continue descent.
And the flashlight to the runway side.
Very good. So continue left turn. Continue left
I'm
turn.
overshooting the.
Head. Continue left turn heading 280.
J'arrive sur mon mât d'antenne là.
And overshooting the runway. Now I have it visual.
Check the speed, and if you have visual, you can continue the line up by yourself if you want.
I'm always happy to have your voice, but
Okay.
I have 4 red now, so I have to join the glide.
Stay firm. Because we were a little bit far away due to the obstacles, so you can adjust yourself. Confirm you have the promotion lights on.
I have the wind, now I see the promotion.
Okay?
Hotel Bravo Sierra India Bravo, turning final, runway 25.
Bravo, Zero, India, Bravo, number 25, India, 25. England, 20 degrees, 2 meters. Finish 1019 and clear, man.
1019, clear to land, runway 25. Hotel Bravo Sierra India Bravo.
If you've just joined us, these are live pictures on Solar Impulse TV of Bertrand Piccard in Solar Impulse 2,
So for the tower, the
about to
range
land and complete the 6th leg
for the ground crew.
of this round-the-world flight attempt.
Yeah.
And you should come now correctly on the PAPI. For me, the altitude is good.
Just heard we are going to be landing in around about 6 minutes' time. 6 minutes' time is the new estimated landing time.
Joining the glide.
Perfect.
Faut que je fasse une baïonnette à gauche là, parce que sinon j'arrive pas à revenir.
Say again, Bertrand.
Yeah, he said in French because I don't know how to say it in English. Baïonnette. Revenir à gauche un peu parce que sinon si je reviens tangentiellement, je reviendrai pas. Je peux... Voilà. Now I'm the runway exit. So I stopped outboard engines.
Roger. and check the speed 30 knots.
Michi Anger, the head of the mission engineering team, has just joined me here on Solar Impulse TV. We're looking, Michi, at pictures of the final ascent of Bertrand Piccard, Nanjing International Airport. And you came out a second ago, told me we have around about 5 minutes left to landing. How has the descent been going? Has it been pretty smooth?
Yes, the descent was smooth. He had just to avoid some obstacles now on the downwind leg, so we remained a little bit higher due to safety. That's clear. And then he just turned final 2 minutes ago, and in about 4 minutes he will have the touchdown.
Had a question a little earlier. What kind of turbulence has he had to deal with in this final stage?
In this final, like for approach now, not many turbulences. It's quite calm there. So good wind conditions on ground. No turbulence in air. So pretty smooth. That's very good.
Okay, well, thanks for answering that question. And we had been talking before about this being potentially one of the trickiest for the pilot. He thinks it's been more difficult for you here in the MCC than for him.
It seems to be. I think, yes, the last 3 weeks were very difficult for the MCC because for years we worked on this airport, on this routing, and now the weather situation was very challenging. But for him still, I mean, it's a long flight. He's on oxygen the whole day. It's still a challenging flight, yeah. And we had to fight with clouds in the morning. We had clouds above us, below us, around us, everywhere. So it was on the edge, I would say. Being 1 hour later would have risked the flight, yes.
Okay, nearly there now. Just over 500 feet, and we're on the final approach now, Michi. I know you've got fans in Germany. Famous now in Beobachter magazine, big magazine in Germany. Congratulations.
I think it's a Swiss magazine.
Oh, is it a Swiss one? Okay, it's a Swiss-German, so you can tell I live in the French side. Okay, nearly there now.
Yeah, so basically he's now in full landing configuration. You see promotion lights are on, very nice to see. And then on ground he will switch to wing lights that the ground crew can easily catch up. The wing poles to support the aircraft, but landing gears down already, air brakes are set, flying 30 to 33 knots, approach speed, have more controllability.
We're getting great pictures now from Nanjing International Airport. We've had 3 weeks to set this up, rather than just a few hours. It helps.
Red to white.
And 260 feet.
Lined up.
Putain, il est juste derrière le bâtiment, salopard.
Just a quick reminder that you may hear a cheer before you see Bertrand landing. That's because we do have a bit of a delay in the images of around 6 or 7 seconds. Don't let that put you off.
From the right now.
Yes, that's correct.
150 feet. Okay, Michi, take us through these final moments.
Yeah, 150 feet, normally 2 minutes, but as I see it's already lower, so he's in the final in the flare now, reducing airspeed to soften the touchdown, and then we will hear the stall warning, which indicates the airspeed below our lifting speed, yeah. It's wonderful, wonderful. Finishing leg number 6 and segment number 1 for us, it's awesome.
Now we have to do is phase 2, but it's congratulations so far.
Fantastic, very good now.
Let's get the reaction now from the MCC in just a few seconds' time. Once they're sure the plane's secured, there you go.
Bravo.
They're all happy. Thank you as well, Mickey. Congratulations to you.
Yeah, thank you, Conor.
For your 3 weeks of hard work and the rest of the team here. Bertrand Piccard dedicated this leg to us, well, I include myself here because I've been here as well, to the MCC for all the work that you've all been doing. And he knows you've been working tirelessly to find a solution. I've been here, I've seen you doing it as well. That is true. Even when you were going home, you weren't really getting much of a break.
Okay, Christophe.
Not a lot, no, a few days.
Thank you very much.
The big thing is waiting.
Okay, thanks, Mickey. I'll let you get back to your post and meet the guys at the back there. Mickey sits in the back with the other mission engineers, and we'll speak to you soon. I think there'll be champagne time pretty shortly.
Oh yeah, congratulations to Bertrand and for the team. Awesome, awesome.
Thanks, Mickey. We're going to stay, though, because we have to wait for our champagne. That's the life of being in the multimedia team. We're going to stay with the plane until it arrives at its final position. There's going to be an opportunity for the media who've been waiting patiently to see the plane. So until we get the plane moved over from its current position to its final place, we are going to just go back in time and relive some of the best moments of Solar Impulse Round the World Flight Adventure.
And this was a scene in Abu Dhabi early this Monday.
Dans ce journal également, ultralight plane is powered only by the sun's rays. It took off from
It's a little bit the moment of truth. You know, you work 12 years with a fantastic team. You simulate, you calculate, you imagine, but there is nothing like testing and doing it in real. So I'm sure we are all confident, and hopefully we'll be able to see each other here in 5 months.
We deeply believe that we can achieve impossible and incredible things with renewable energies, like flying around the world with no fuel. And if this works, of course, everybody can do it on the ground to make a cleaner world. And this can be your way to be with us in the plane. So as soon as André can put full power on the 4 electrical engines, the Round the World will start. And I repeat, always, it's an attempt.
André, d'Albert, j'ai une bonne nouvelle pour vous. Je vous donne le go pour le départ de Solar Impulse. Bon vol, merci. Et surtout, bon soleil.
André from Ray, I suggest you proceed medium left and downwind 08 left, and then maybe you do 1 or 2 orbits until the ground crew is really in position.
c'est génial, ouais, génial.
We've been playing out some of our greatest hits for Solar Impulse. We have landed now. Leg 6 is done. There's been lots of hugging and a kissing. Well, hugging anyway, between the team behind me. Great atmosphere back there. These guys have been under a lot of pressure, and I think we're just beginning to see now just how much pressure they were under. You can see it in the relief. I saw Wim de Troye, our meteorologist, getting a lot of hugs a little earlier. Luc Trouliman as well. I mean, these guys have had a huge amount of pressure. They can't control the weather, but it is their job to make sure that any time there is a decent weather window for us to take off, they find it. They finally manage to do it, and I can tell you, I've seen them trying every day, and these guys, they do get unhappy when they can't find a good weather window, and there have been a few moments where I've seen that they have been really, really under pressure, really looking down about the whole thing. And now, lots of smiles, everything's good. I think it's going to be a big night for a lot of this team, that is for sure. You can see some live pictures of the plane Solar Impulse 2 being pulled to its final destination at Nanjing International Airport. And what's going to happen next is we're going to stick with the plane. We're going to keep bringing you images from the Mission Control Center until the plane gets to where the media are waiting patiently for Solar Impulse and to get the latest from Bertrand Piccard, who will tell everyone, I'm sure, how happy he is to be in Nanjing. So we've got a bit of time as well to get to that point. So we've got loads of stuff we can show you anyway. We're going to be pretty busy. I've got my new hobby now, which is reading your comments from YouTube and finding out where you all are as well. I like this one. I understand this is Portuguese from Renan Santos. Muito ferrar, with lots of A's. I don't know what that means, but I understand from the people here it's nothing bad. It's all good. Anyway, Muito ferrar, that's my new saying. Bravo, welcome to Nanjing, we're getting. And the USA is waiting from Will Monin. Leg 6 is done from someone calling themselves Plashum. I don't think that's their real name. Some love hearts as well. We've got Bien Joué. Round of applause from the Houston office. That would be the Houston Solvay office, I guess. Hi, all you guys in Solvay and all the support you've given Solar Impulse over, well, many years now, 13 years. You were there right at the beginning. It's great to have so many of you still following us. And loads of comments, they're still coming through. It's great to have you all sticking with us and giving the update. I like the guy, this is a good one. Have we landed or just entered the chat? Yes, we have, is the answer to that one. So, a great atmosphere here in Monaco and in Nanjing as well. I have to say though, thanks to everyone in Chongqing for looking after us. We were only supposed to be over there for a few hours. We stayed for 3 weeks. Don't know if we outstayed our welcome. I think that everyone was quite well behaved and we had a very good time there. And the ground has been prepared for a long time for us in Nanjing. That's one of the reasons you're getting all these fantastic images live from Nanjing International Airport. Here's one of the men of the moment, Luc Trouliman. You're a man of the moment, Luc.
No.
Come here and say hi. Come and sit down with me here for a second. Now I have to say, Luc, you're. Sit at this one, please.
Where's the cam? Hello, boys.
Yeah, you're usually a pretty cheery guy, I know. But I must say, you lost your mojo a couple of weeks ago when the weather was not looking so good. And you've perked up now, Wim as well. It's been trying. I know you can't control the weather. I know you'd like to, but it was tough for you.
It was not easy because we didn't expect such a period of bad weather. When I say bad weather, it can be a nice weather, but when we have a crosswinds of 40, 50, 60 knots in the atmosphere, we cannot manage this flight with such a light aircraft. So we were waiting for the window. Wim found the window. I wasn't here at that moment. I was in Belgium. But when we came, I saw this window. I said, Wim, we go for it because we will have tailwinds. We don't see any turbulences, but there was one thing that was dangerous. It was the cumulus clouds developing in the morning over the mountains in the first part of the flight, and those cumulus could develop until flight level 240. It was said that we may not fly higher than 140, so I was watching this night until 6 in the morning to those cumulus clouds, and they were there, they developed, but we came just south of those showers. It were not thunderstorms, only showers, and we managed it 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers south of those clouds. And afterwards, we came in the plains, no cumulus anymore. And the end of the flight was with a lot of altostratus above the aircraft, but it was not difficult for us because it was the night. The batteries were full charge, and the landing was very smooth with a slight crosswind of 3 knots, 4 knots.
And I know that you refused to give a full green flag for this. Normally, all the teams they give a green flag. Which
I wasn't green. I was a little bit yellow
because you made the yellow smaller, but it was still there. You weren't completely happy
because of those cumulus, you know. Showers. We know that the showers develops always over the mountains and over the tops of the mountains, and that's the reason we flew just south of those tops, knowing that the showers will be there, and they were there.
I'll let you get off in a second, Luc, but I know that we can see the takeoff. The landing. We can see the landing in Nanjing again. And before you go, there was a great moment just before takeoff when we heard that someone had seen rain. Do you remember that moment?
Yeah,
that must have been an interesting one for you.
There was a altocumulus cloud, not thick, 3,000 feet thick, but at temperatures of -3, -5 degrees. And you can have at that moment in this altocumulus cloud some snow flowers descending and melting, and this gave some drops on the surface. We knew that it was possible, but not dramatic for the air.
Okay, Luc. Well, thanks very much. I'll let you go. I know there's Belgian beer in the fridge, but there's champagne as well.
Could be champagne.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, thank you very much. So behind me, we've got the live pictures of Solar Impulse 2 being pulled into its final position for the night. Before then, let's again take a look at the best of the landing just a few moments ago. So this was a few moments ago. These are not live images. This was the moment just before Bertrand Piccard landed at Nanjing International Airport. And we had Mickey Anger, who was with us, the head of the mission engineering team, just giving us a few comments as well. It was all good. No problems, no turbulence problems for Bertrand at all. It's been remarkably smooth so far from takeoff right through to the end. Bertrand had time to start thinking about the press release for when he arrived. He was having chats with journalists, many journalists in fact, a lot of interest. And I know from our press team who've been working hard that that interest has spiked. As you can imagine, there was a bit of a dip once we were in Chongqing for such a long time, but I know the phone has not stopped ringing. There you go, these moments, these films just a short while ago of Bertrand Piccard, a very smooth landing. And I'll tell you what, when that happened here at the Monaco Mission Control Center, there was a big relief of tension from the likes of Raymond Clair, who's walking past me now. I know he wants to escape. Look at him, happy, how happy he is. No, he's hiding behind the camera, we won't see him. And he's going off to the champagne, like the rest of the team. They've earned it. Wim de Troyer as well, I can see him heading off. He's got his smile back. Give us a smile. There you go, big smile from Wim. I know you're looking at live pictures of Solar Impulse being pulled to its final destination. And once there, we're going to wait for the press conference. A lot of interest. Christophe Bezo has just walked past me as well, from the head of the flight strategy team. And he has done an amazing job as well, looking at every kind of permutation to get us off the ground from Chongqing over the last 3 weeks. More engineers, Florian, Yves, hello, hello. What we'll try and do, we'll try and get a camera into the VIP lounge actually. You can see them all walking past me there. But if we can, we'll try and get a camera in the VIP lounge, then you'll see all of the so-called post-match celebrations that are going on as we wait for the plane Solar Impulse 2 to be pulled, literally pulled, and pushed as well by the ground crew to the point for the media slot. We're going to be in a tent. It's on a mobile hangar. We do have a tent ready for the plane Nanjing. Well, it should be ready. They've had long enough to prepare it. I saw a couple of pictures of it earlier. It's looking pretty nice, I have to say. And I've got a man who had headphones earlier. A man who's looking pretty happy, as you can imagine. It's Raymond Clair. Hi, Raymond.
Hi.
Thanks for staying away from the bar for just a few moments to speak to us. And now, it looked pretty great from us here, and we spoke to Mickey earlier, and Mickey Anger, the head of the mission engineering team, and he was very calm, very relaxed, and it's all been pretty good, hasn't it? We were expecting this to be a bit of a difficult one in terms of the weather, in terms of the handling for the pilot, Bertrand Piccard, and it seems to have turned out better than expected.
Yeah, it was. I think it was an easy flight, and even Bertrand said this before. Also, the landing was perfect wind. I would say 2-3 knots, and we were not nervous. But you know, each flight has its challenge, and until you are on ground and full stop landing, and so everything can happen. So it needs concentration to the end. But for sure, for us, it's a great achievement to be end of this segment 1.
Look at this, Raymond. The pictures we're showing now, that's a great image, isn't it?
Oh,
It's perhaps the aviation of the future.
I think it's a 777 behind him. So
that's a big old plane, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's fantastic. It's so unbelievable because we are on those huge airports, you know, and they stop almost for 45 minutes the traffic for us. And it's always amazing how we are welcome on all those different airports.
I mean, usually they just have a few minutes landing slot or a takeoff slot.
And 45
we
seconds
have
or 1 minute.
or even less. And it's incredible to watch this now, actually, because we have to have a group of people literally on the runway, pulling the plane, pushing it with those little rotors going.
I hope he will not push full power because otherwise Solar Impulse will fly again. We'll make the 7th leg, but very short.
Yeah, I think so. And, as you say, it's incredible. We're not in a little aerodrome. We're in a massive international airport. And the fact that the people at the airport give us all this time is it always amazes me.
Yeah. And you see now, this is quite new because now we are taxiing by our own system. So he's running engine number 2 and 3. We see the propellers turning and the ground crews, they have to run. You see they are running behind the aircraft.
And this is the idea here is to have less taxi time.
Yes, and to expedite to leave the runway and the operation, yeah.
And for this guy to get out of the cockpit, Bertrand Piccard has been stuck in there for a long time. A shortish flight for Solar Impulse, but a long flight for normal people.
Yes, extremely long. Yeah, 17 hours.
Now, let me just see, I'll give people a couple of minutes to ask you a few questions, because we're getting these comments through all the time on YouTube. Loads of people still watching us on YouTube, even though we've already landed. Thanks to all of you for being with us. People who are talking, confirming that they also agree it's a 777, massive plane that was just behind us with these huge wings. And lots of people, just so you know, this is YouTube, by the way, Raymond, they just tell us where they are. We've had people saying they're in Belgium. We've had Houston, Texas, Phoenix. We've had a few people from the canton of Vaud in Switzerland.
Canton de Vaud?
Yeah, the canton of Vaud in Switzerland. You know it very well.
Yeah.
Bussigny, Pré-Lausanne.
Yes.
Yeah, is that right? That's one. And we've got a few more countries in there as well. So anyway, let me give you one more minute. I know you need to go, Raymond. I'm going to do a quick refresh, see if anyone's asked you a question. It's not every day you get a chance to ask the mission director questions. Let's see if we've got anything. Hopefully a clever
Find
one.
a good one that I
It better
know
be,
the answer,
better be a
please.
good one. Okay.
Find a good one and I need to have the answer. Oh.
I don't know if you got to hear that. Okay, I'll let you join in.
Okay.
I'll let you join in, and we'll try and get a camera out there as well, so we can catch all that. Doing the whole
Thank you.
zigzag. Thanks a lot, Raymond. And I'll join you a bit later once we can head back and see Bertrand Piccard speaking to the media. Let me see if I can move over here to this camera. And what we'll try and do, we'll try and move one of our cameras and get it over to the VIP lounge straight away. to try and catch this moment of celebration. And I will just for a moment see if we've got any more comments coming through from YouTube. I'll tell you what, you're pretty busy tonight. Belgium, there you go. Well done, Belgium. You're a bit late for Luc Trouliman. That is Serge giving a shout out to Belgium. And we have our expert meteorologists who are both Belgians. Very well known, Wim de Trooijen and of course Luc Trouliman. I'm sure if you're from Belgium watching this, you all know who he is. Angel, I don't think this is an entirely serious suggestion. Couldn't they just add 2 more wheels? They would be cheaper than paying the cyclists. Well, you don't know how much our cyclists get paid. Now, behind me here you can see they're going to go again, I think, with another celebration. Here we go. Get ready for this, everyone. All right, let's see if they're going to go for it now. There they go.
Allez.
All right, okay, I think something else is going to happen now. I can see people approaching me. This is a worrying sign. Okay, come on then. Come on. Come on over here.
Oh.
Excuse me, there are people working over here. It's dreadful. They were trying to get some work done here, trying to do a live show. So why don't you come over here? Do it over here so we can all see. Come on, come on, come over here. Come on. If you're going to do it, do it. If you're going to invade the show properly. Come on, all over here. That's it, all over here. Come on, come on.
Okay.
All right, just over there. That's it, in the corner there. That's probably the best place. We've got a big camera over here. There you go. Wave. Wave. Come on, everyone in. Everyone in.
Let's show the world that girls are working so hard.
Vincent. Everybody.
Come on.
Everybody.
All right, ready? I think we're all ready now. Okay. Oh, no, come on, Eve. No, do it. This is... Come on, are you ready? Okay, I'll give it 1, 2, 3, go. Well done. Thank you very much, everybody. By the way, there's still a guy in a plane, you know? What about the guy? Have we got any pictures of the guy in the plane? Bertrand Piccard, remember him? Where is he? Can we see where Bertrand is? No, not just not yet. Okay, we're just waiting to see if we can get any pictures of Bertrand Piccard. Okay, let me just, let's hand the microphone round. Let's see who can tell me what it's been like waiting for this plane to land. Who's had the most difficult job so far? Okay, we've spoken to Luc, spoke to Wim. What about, oh, okay, we haven't had Christophe Bizot. Take this.
How many
Okay, Christophe. How many simulations have you done over the last 3 weeks?
So in 3 weeks, something like 1,000 simulations to explore different solutions and to find finally the last one, the right one.
Okay, and you had pit stops in there, didn't you? How many different pit stop airports did you look at?
3, 4, I think.
I say you're an expert on China now.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
He's been speak some Chinese. Tell you what, you know what? There are lots of Chinese people watching. Give us a few words in Chinese. Come on.
Konnichiwa is Japanese.
No, Konnichiwa is the wrong country, Wim. That's
beer.
okay. That's also extremely helpful. Thank you very much. 4,000 years of history reduced to the name of a beer. Indian. You've got some Indian language. Go on. You can say a few phrases. Come on. He does. He speaks Urdu, you know. And who else can we say? I've got the ATC team. Okay, let's speak to Yves André from the air traffic control team. There you go. Okay, so this is a tribute not just to you, but we've got Mr. Geng. We've got Martin. We've got Niklaus, all working extremely hard. And I've got the team who are watching this in the gallery. Can we see the Mr. Geng film? I'm speaking to my director now, because this is one of our colleagues who's been extremely helpful during our time in China. And Okay, everyone can watch this. This is our tribute to Mr. Geng.
Hey, very good idea.
我叫耿秀林，我现在是在摩纳哥，阳光动力2号环球飞行任务指挥中心，叫 MCC。当然，我很高兴有这一次机会到这个地方来工作，这是我很荣幸的事情，因为太阳能飞机首次往地球飞行，这是人类的一个创举，我很高兴。因为太极是中国的一个主要锻炼身体的一个项目，因为在中国现在很多老年人在公园啊，在空旷的地方，每天早晨起来或者是晚上在做太极，很有利于老年人的身体健康，特别是对防止高血压和心脏病很有好处。我在这个地方很愉快，和阳光动力2号指挥中心的同事们工作得很愉快，特别是我的2个 ATC 的伙伴，Nicholas， 还有 Eve， 当然还有一个 Martin， 我们3个加上我4个，我们在这个地方工作得很愉快。虽然我们遇到一些困难，但是我们都完全解决了。
Right, there you go. Thank you very much to Mr. Geng. If you're watching this, we all miss you here. And we need to head right back now to the plane because we have a pilot who is still in there, Bertrand Piccard. There he is. The door is still on and the team will be arriving shortly. He looks happy, doesn't he? So what's going to happen next is that the door's going to be removed by the ground crew. And I think, that's Greg Blatt, by the way. That's the head of marketing communications who has been saying that we're causing a lot of problems by not getting the plane off the ground. And was wondering before every briefing if he'd have a heart attack. What's his name? Do we have a microphone anywhere? Yves-André, if you could just pass us the microphone over here. Thanks very much. Yeah, so Raymond Clair, Mission Director, just going through some of the job titles that Gregory Blatt has. We have...
I'm a little bit emotional by the movie with Mr. Geng because it was a great moment. And the tribute to Mr. Geng make me tears.
Yeah, well, he's a lovely guy and very, very nice man.
And Greg, you are speaking about Greg. So Gregory, we have different names for him, and I don't know all the names, but first of all, he's the chief of the permit department.
Yeah.
Because he's the guy who is working with all the different countries to have the flight permit. It's also, his name is Chief Forgiveness Officer or something like that, because always when something is going wrong, he will be the guy at the front. And he say, I'm at the front because I don't know anything about aviation, so I'm not afraid to ask stupid questions. Okay? That's why he's at the front, you know, when he's traveling with André and Bertrand.
Well, there you go. Yet again, he doesn't know it's impossible because he doesn't know anything about aviation.
Exactly.
It's a very good idea.
Yeah, exactly. So that's quite clever. So Chief Permit Department, Chief, what is the other name?
Chief Worry Officer, is that what we have as well?
Yeah, and the last function we gave him is to look for the mental health of the pilots.
Okay.
Because he's the only guy who can put the reporters and out of the pilots. Otherwise, the pilots, they are always, in the media and so. But Greg maybe can help. So he has different hats.
Let's have a wave to André. I'm sure he's watching. I hope he is anyway. André, hi.
Hi, André.
And yeah, get well soon. Andre was a bit unwell. I understand he's recovering very well, and we won't be seeing him here in Monaco. It'd be nice if he came to Monaco, but I think he has to go straight to China.
I asked him to come for the landing, but I think he missed his plane.
Oh, that's a shame. But I'm sure there'll be plenty of time for him to come. And behind me now, you can see the latest pictures we're getting from Nanjing. A lot of activity around the plane. And shortly, we should get a clear idea of where the media are going to be. I know there's a big welcoming committee that's been organised. Got some members of the press team here. We've got Fabienne. Fabienne, do you know how many people are, any idea of how many people they're expecting? Hundreds and hundreds. Did you just make that up, Fabienne? Yes, you did. I know it's a lot, though. You could be right. Yeah. Wow. I take it all back, Fabienne. Hundreds and hundreds. No, I think we'll stick with the plane. Mickey wanted to get a picture of our cameraman dancing, but there are some things that should never be seen. And that's our cameraman Maxime dancing. We don't want to see that. Oh, go on then. Okay, go on then, Maxime. Dance. There you go. Look, can you see him? He was the Vaudois Samba champion in 2003. I know, it's scary. Never let cameramen drink during a live show. This is what happens. Now this is looking like Bertrand is actually going to come out once the plane is in the tent.
They told me in front of the tent, but let's see. Yeah, Niels told me in front of the tent, but I think where are the people? I don't.
That's someone we don't have with us here, Niels. Can someone get Niels?
Niels? Oh yeah.
Okay.
We'll bring Niels.
Right now,
we'll
we need to explain.
With us.
Niels is a real person, and he has a very important job in logistical terms. Now everywhere we go with Niels, there's been a Niels in the plane, and now we have a Niels in the MCC. So let's, which camera? Is that good? Yeah, okay. Hanging him around a little bit.
Hey, Niels. Maybe if you explain.
Yes, who can explain why
you
a
explain, because
porcelain meerkat is the head of ground crew? Okay, you can do this.
Well, Niels was the ground crew. Niels is leading the ground crew, and during the America mission, the ground crew they gave him a nickname as a surricate because Niels is always looking everything. Watching for the danger and so, and running around and protecting everything. So now Carole and Yves, they were in Menton 2 weeks ago, and they were in a little shop, and they saw this beautiful surricate, and they offered this in the MCC to have Niels with us in the MCC. And as Niels normally is not naked when he's working, I thought, yeah, okay. But maybe for you, SITV members will show.
Wow, a naked
now,
Niels. I never thought I'd see that.
Hi,
Wow.
Niels. Hello, Niels.
Now, I know our multimedia team is working overtime, but I wonder if we can get a message to our cameraman in China to see if we can find Niels. He must be out there somewhere. But I'll hear back in my earpiece very shortly if we can get an image of Niels. So what can we see in Nanjing right now? Let's see. Oh, wow. Technically hundreds of people.
Niels is with
That's the official word from our
red-
press team, so it must be true.
He has a red vest.
Okay,
jacket.
red high-vis
Yes.
vest on. Yeah, he's so important he gets a different color.
Yeah. So, okay, but first we'll see the pilot coming out, I think.
Okay, here we go.
Where is the branding?
I know, this is just some civilian who's made it onto the runway.
Position 279, you see?
No, that's a wonderful sight. There are some people we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen our cameraman, apart from the dancing one, who is the crazy dancing bear, Maxime. We've got a lot of other people working. In the back room, we've got Nathalie, our assistant director, and we have Didier. I hadn't forgotten your name, Didier. Didier, who is our director, working tirelessly. There you go. Niels is on the table.
Greg, you tell me what to do and when to stand just behind here.
So I understand that there will be a strike, an official strike amongst the multimedia team if they don't get any champagne in the next 10 minutes. So I'm just putting it out there to everyone that this is going to be a very short show. Otherwise, where is he? Come on, Niels.
No, this was Philippe.
Somewhere out there is Niels, and we have Jon looking for him.
Niels is, you see, I think he's here.
Oh, there he is.
Here behind the aircraft.
Okay, we need to
I
get
think
Niels
it's Niels.
in front of a camera.
Too slow.
I need an engineer. We've got any engineers here? Oh my God. Oh, here we go.
Yes.
There he is. We're almost there. We're almost getting pictures of Niels. And then you can compare the Niels out there to this meerkat with sunglasses that we have. We're still waiting.
He's working. He's working.
Look, we've got him. Yes, we've got him. He's trying to escape us. He can't escape. This cameraman has been in war zones. Look at him, he's doing everything he can. Look, can you see the resemblance now? Look, see? It's exactly the same thing. It's uncanny, isn't it? It's unbelievable. He's too fast for a cameraman. This is our cameraman, Jon Björgvinsson, by the way. Look at that. Look, see? If we could just get a little high visibility vest for him, then I think that would be perfect. By the way, you are watching a live TV program. In case anyone's forgotten, we're doing live TV, and I know people are sticking with us because rather than seeing us mess around, they do, I think, well, maybe they're enjoying it, who knows.
We are waiting for the
We are waiting for
pilot to come out of
Bertrand Piccard, I think that's his name.
Yes.
And he's been stuck in that plane for how many hours in total now, Raymond?
It was 17 flight hours, but I think now at least 19 hours because he was in the aircraft more than 1 hour before takeoff.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's head over to Nanjing then, and wait for that moment. It seems pretty imminent.
Now, yeah.
Raymond, is it hard for you guys to watch this when you're not physically there, to be so far away from the airplane? I mean, because you're all talking about this plane day and night, and you're such a long way away from it.
Well, I'm used to it. You know, I think the only one I was with the aircraft was in Abu Dhabi when during the test flight. So I'm used to be away with the mission control, and it's the way it is. No problems.
Oh, come on, well done. Yeah, and yeah, we've got that as well.
Ils sont contents, hein? Ils sont contents, ils ont attendu 3 semaines.
Yeah, it's been a long wait. Now, I know that we have for the Swiss ambassador to China who's there. That is he's a relieved man. He's saying the sponsors, the partners will stop shouting at me now. We finally made it.
Yeah, exactly. I have to take Colonel.
Oh yeah, okay. Should we do it here?
Brian.
Oh, we made it! We made it!
Brian.
And Brian as well, wherever he is. Here's to Brian.
But you have a glass or not?
No.
You don't drive. You never drive. You never.
I never drink. No, never.
You're
Never.
Presley.
Completely teetotal. No one's ever seen me drink.
I know.
What happens in Monaco stays in Monaco, Raymond.
Yes. Position 279. Standard Pacific crossing. Totally.
Dans quel sens? Ils sont de chez moi.
And just stay with us a few more moments. We're going to stay with these pictures coming from Nanjing because we're going to hear the speech from Bertrand Piccard. He's been thinking about this for a long time. Let's hear what he has to say.
Hi, Colonel.
Merci. And you can see there, Bertrand is with his wife Michelle, who's looking extremely relieved and happy, and his daughter Estelle.
And he was very generous to let me do it in order to have the plane come here. Because normally he should have made that flight. And we talked about it before. I said, I only do the flight if you ask me to do it. And he said, yes, it's important for the project that the plane gets here as soon as possible. And we spoke together today again, and he was with me in the cockpit, I can tell you.
Lucerne, Switzerland. This is a project born in Switzerland, and Bertrand is next to the Swiss ambassador to China. Thank you very much for staying with us. There are lots of you still watching this on YouTube. Even though we did land quite a while ago. So from all of us here in Monaco, a very rowdy Monaco, we're going to be taking a short break here at the Mission Control Center, but in a week's time, we're going to be back here preparing for the big one. It is Phase 2. Phase 1's ended now, and we're back in Phase 2, which is going to be enormous. It's 5 days, it's 5 nights, one man in a cockpit less than 4 cubic meters who's going to be flying what is going to be one of the most extraordinary feats in the history of aviation. It's coming soon. We're expecting it in May. Stay with us on solarimpulse.com. For some reason, the champagne has just arrived. The ice cream has just arrived, but I don't know why, but why not? So thanks again for being with us. Keep sending your comments to whether it's via YouTube or directly through solarimpulse.com. We've got a team of people, including me, reading through them. So have a great night, a great morning, a great afternoon, wherever you are, and keep following the adventure, the round-the-world flight adventure on solarimpulse.com.